ball. You got some big D. Check this. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. If you want some, come get some. Cause where I'm from, we so big. And everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, welcome to Herd Talk, and you heard it here first. We're coming in after week one. Week one of the season is over. All teams in this league, the SCFL, we all played our games, and we got results. The Bison, we faced the number one team in the league champions, the Memphis Panthers. I said on this panel that we would need to go out and be physical and be aggressive and punch first, or it's going to be a long day. Well, it don't look like the sun stopped shining on them because it was a long day for us, and it was a long night. We didn't do what we needed to do, and them guys came out more prepared, more physical. They stayed to the path of their course of what they plan to do, and they handled business. We took a tough, good old country behind the shed butt whooping. You probably can't see it on here, but I probably got two black eyes because they took it to us good. And we got to give those guys big props and big respect because, they took it to us good, man. And, it's a learning lesson for us, but I believe we'll bounce back for it. But once again, big ups to the Memphis Panthers because those guys, they handle business. It's the reason why they're called the champs. So no excuses this way. We didn't handle business. We weren't disciplined. We didn't come prepared. We didn't come focused. We didn't lock in. And they took advantage of it in every angle, on the ground, in the air. They were physical on defense. They were physical running the ball. The quarterback, he had poise in the pocket. He made the plays he needed to make down the field with his legs, which was something that we were already aware of. And he made every possible thing he is. Big salute to those guys. They made the right plays in every phase of the game. We had opportunities, but we just didn't capitalize on the opportunities that we have. And so, like I said, big ups to those guys and, salute. They're the champs. And we got a ways to work and build up and just bounce back from this situation. And I believe that we will. Because I believe that we have the heart, and I think we have the core and the mentality of just understanding what we did and the mistakes that we made this previous week. And so we'll bounce back from it. This one thing that I can say this year than in past years is that this one isn't holding well. A lot of us are licking our wounds, but we're locked in. We're talking about it. There ain't a lot of pointing fingers. We acknowledging our mistakes on all staff, from the coaches to the players. We acknowledge it and we're accepting it and we're moving forward. And so big shout out to our guys as well. They handled it and we accepted and we talked about it, and we're going to make changes. We're going to make, the correct moves to get this thing back rolling, and hopefully, we can get a winning streak going, and move forward, this next game. Because this next week we go out of town and we face a team called the Mississippi Dogs. And so we're going to see what that bodes well for us, and hopefully that bodes well for us, and we make the right things happen, and we put points on the board and stop them from getting points on the board. But again, I said, like, those Panthers, man, and the thing about it, you knew what they brought to the table. They're physical, they're deep, and at the most important positions, they did the job, man. In those trenches, and everybody knows this, anybody that knows the game of football, the game is won and lost in the trenches. You win in the trenches. If you don't dominate up front, it's going to be a long night on either side of the ball. I don't care how great your quarterback is, your running backs are, your linebackers, your DBs. If the trenches ain't getting it done, it's going to be a long night for you on the other side. And so we have the personnel. We just got to correct some things, with alignment, just just discipline and things of that nature. But we'll get better with it, So, like I said, I'm still proud of my guys because we stuck it through until the game was called with about 5 or 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, which was my call because it got a little heated and tense. And guys kind of started to get in their face, and there's a few arguments with the referees. And I don't want things to get too tasteless. And so I took it upon myself as the head coach to stop the game. So it wasn't like we were stopped in like the second half or beginning of the second half or second quarter or things of that nature or any other reasons. I stopped it just to make sure that, everyone was safe. We had kids out there. Shout out also to our fans too, because we had a lot of good fans in the stands too. A lot of kids, a lot of supporters who came out to support the Mid-State Bison organization. And so I thank those people for showing up. And we wanted to make sure that we kept things classy for those guys because they're important to us. Their support is important. Also is that, the field that we are blessed with at the School of the Blind is such a beautiful environment that we want to make sure that we protect that we protect that investment the best that we can, because we know in this day and time it's so hard to acquire football fields for semi-pro football because there's an ignorant stigma that's stuck with this platform of football. And so really, even us as the Bison, our goal in creating this team was to help defeat that stigma, help defeat that stereotype that's been around for so long. It's hard to get fields. It's hard to get referees. Referees don't want to come out and referee and make calls because any little imperfect call, you have some of these guys who are supposed to be men will want to fight the referees over calls. I would say coaches, but not too many teams have coaches. And that's another thing that also has to be fixed too, because there's not a lot of bad structure in the game as well, stuff that has to be corrected, and hopefully everybody improves in that area because that also gives a bad stereotype and stigma to the league and to the game. I know the heads of the SEFL, Miss Beverly, Mr. Brent, Covey, those guys, they work hard to build this league, and the things that happened this weekend with a few of our teams, and we don't want to see that happen. We want to shed light on the league. We want to shed light on every single team in the league. That's every team in the league. And so, like I said, a big shout out to that. I'll be the face of this program and say that, hey, I apologize for the Mid-State Bison's faults this weekend because I hold us accountable, and I hold myself accountable first for, us falling short on the things that we stand for. And I make no excuses. There are no excuses. It isn't the ref's fault. It isn't the other team's fault. It isn't anybody else's fault for ours. So you won't hear a but. You won't hear me blaming anyone but us. You won't hear us talking about what a player on the other team did that may have sparked something. It doesn't even matter. It's on us. We as men, we control our actions. We control our moves. And as men, we have to move like men. We can't move like female. And so those are things, like I said, we have to correct. And so once again, big up to the Memphis Panthers and coming out handling business, man. They came out, the score was 50-12. 50-12. And so, like I said, on the ground, they moved the ball that first series down the field. They opened holes, big lanes for the running back and their fullback. They did nothing fancy. They just came straight at us, they came straight at us, and we didn't respond the way we should have responded. It's not that we don't have the personnel. We just didn't come with the right mindset, the right preparation mentally and physically to handle what they brought to the table this past Saturday. And the score showed 50-12. I didn't get much sleep because it's unacceptable. I sat up and I took the film and I watched it over and over. And it was just simple things. It was just aggression. It was a mindset. It was preparation. It was discipline. We failed in all those areas. No excuses. We failed in all those areas, and the score showed it. Point blank, period. And that's another thing that I can be proud to say is that We don't make excuses here. Don't blame anyone else. We don't point fingers. You know, we lost it, and they beat us down. And you'll hear that on game days. Game gets close. People may say the referees did this or that. No, never blame the referees. I was taught in this game, you win convincingly so the referees can't affect the outcome. Point blank, period. Once you start blaming the referees, you're looking for a cop-out. There's no cop-out in mid-state Bison country. We just got our butt whips this weekend, and those Panthers handle business. Point blank, period. And so you have to just look at that, man. You know, like I said, that first drive, they came down the field, they drove the ball. They drove it. We tried to make tackles. It was bad tackling, arm tackling, high, you know, out of position, bad technique, bad leverage points, you know, but those are things that are correctable. We got the ball and we moved it just a little bit, but we had to punt. They got the ball back, I think maybe after a penalty, if I believe correctly. They moved back 5 yards, ran the same play, bombs away, baby. Touchdown, right on the board again. We got the ball. Now, first, let me say, that touchdown looked so easy. It looked like they were playing on the field. It was just 11 men on the field, and there wasn't no black and green jerseys. That's how easy that touchdown was for the quarterback to throw. And so, like I said, I'm not going to hold any shame back in talking about our failures this past weekend because we didn't handle business like we should have. And so, they got the ball again after we had the punt. You know, we didn't get anything going too much. We got a first down and a couple of penalties, but after that, we had to punt again. I think they ran 2 or 3 plays. I think a false start penalty or delay of game penalty. Then once again, same play, same formation, bombs away. And you had to say to yourself, what the hell is going on here? What is going on? You look down the field, receivers are way behind the secondary. We didn't have a business. Guys weren't where they were supposed to be. And it's discipline. You have to be disciplined. And so, and I take that to the point is that, you know, you have to look at this thing as like, you know, we say we play this game, we say we play this game at a high level. But the best teams trust the process. I don't care what you are or who you are, your status as a player or a person. If you don't trust the process and it's all about you, scores like that get put on the board, or you don't win consistently. And so I've said this many a times on this podcast, you know, what the goals of this organization is to get to that dynasty level and better and just keep rising so that we can call those guys and say, hey, we're ready to compete with you. Right now, we're not. And we didn't perform like it. And so, but in order to get to that level, it has to be a true commitment. It has to be everybody on the same page. You have to have players that are out there playing the game the right way, trusting the process. We have a coaching staff. We're not drawing plays up in the sand, you know, every other play. We have things set in place, and we got to trust it. Because at the end of the day, opportunities were there. We didn't capitalize. We didn't handle business. We didn't play aggressive. We didn't play discipline. And, again, they took advantage of it. And they just kept moving the ball down the field. They punted a few times. We had a few good stops. You know, by about at halftime, they had 30 points. And we finally got a drive together. We got a big, long touchdown, about 40 or 50-yard pass. And, you know, put us on the board. We didn't get our extra point. And so I think it was 32-6 at halftime, I believe, something like that. And, you know, they had a lead, and it's just unacceptable. And so for me, you know, we just can't have that anymore. You know, I can't allow that. You know, my staff can't allow that. The team itself, we can't allow that, period. It's on us, point blank, period. It starts with me and my staff, and it works on down to the leaders on the field and every single player. Because we have to be one unit and one sound together. There's no I in team. There is no me. And it has to be us. And we know this. But we just didn't come out right, and we just didn't come out prepared. And so we're going to correct it, and we're going to fix it, and we're going to work hard at it. We're going to keep punching at it, and it's just going to get more tougher. Hey, I'm going to be pushing those guys, and we're going to find out who's really here for Bison football here on out, because it's going to be me in everybody's face with high demands of them as well as myself, as well as my coaching staff, to make sure this ship goes in the right direction. That the herd goes down the right path. And so. But I trust it, and I believe, we're going to get this thing right. We're going to work on it. We're going to fix it. We're going to get in that lab and just do what we need to do. That's part of the process. And these guys are going to buy in, or, hey, as they say, you're welcome to go somewhere else next year. Because one thing we do know, the season started. Rosters are locked. And so you leave here, you leave any other team, hey, they ain't got to worry about it. They ain't got to worry about seeing you anywhere else, because these rosters are locked, baby. So we got to get it together, or we'll see about it. But we'll be back after this break, and we'll talk a little bit more about next week, or this upcoming week.
Looking for the hottest content in the city of Jackson and surrounding areas? Check out WeBelieveDigital.com. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We Believe Digital Podcast is here for all your podcasting needs.
Do you have something to say? Do you want your voice heard? Join the We Believe Global lineup. Be the star of your own show. For more info, call 800-492-5186, option number 1, or visit online at webelieve.global.
All right. Welcome back. We back to Herd Talk, baby. Like I said, you heard it here first. We bring it to you live and direct, honest and real. Like I said, that first week is in the books. We took a hard and tough loss. We learned from it. We're still learning from it. We're growing. We're watching film and pointing out our mistakes, and we're going to move forward with it. But like I said, now it's over and done with. We can't grab about it. We can't just, we can't just sit and think about it anymore. We got to just brush it off our shoulders and move on to the next week. Like I said, we had a whole league of games this week. Which is great. That's what makes it great. Everybody played their games. You had some winners. You also had some other losers. And so, just for a quick recap for league purposes, SCFL football, Southeastern Football League. And so, in our league, we had the Arkansas Bolts beat the Mississippi Dogs 24-8. The Road Warriors beat the Blues 8-6. The Huskies beat the Hurricanes 8-6, low scoring games, except for that first one. The Bolts pretty much put a good amount on the board, showed some good defense. Like I said, our game, Panthers versus the Bison, 50-12. Took a tough one. Demons beat the Wolverines 28-6. Like they handled business pretty good there. Another tough battle between the Kings and the Vipers. The Kings won 8-6. And the last game on board that I have here is the Knights versus 49ers. The Knights won 14-0. And so those teams handled business. They won. Salute to the winners. Hey, to the losers like ourselves. Hey, bounce back for the most part. Well, with the exception of the Dogs, because we don't want y'all to bounce back, of course, because if y'all bounce back, that means we lose again. So we don't want that, of course. I understand y'all may want it on your side, but we definitely don't want it on ours. So we'll see this upcoming week because, yes, that is our opponent, the Mississippi Dogs. We go to those guys, to their home field. We play on their turf. So I don't know if they call it the dog pound, but that's what I'll call it today. We got to go to the dog pound. The herd has to travel to the dog pound. And we're going to see if we can get on their field, and maybe hopefully we can go ahead and get it right, and we can trample over those guys. That's the goal. That's always going to be the goal. Bison business or no business. We come in and we're trying to take this thing over. We're trying to be great. And we're going to keep on pushing it, and we're going to keep on jabbing at it, man, because that's what it's always about. And so don't think, one loss is going to just make us stop believing in the vision and the goal at hand. We coming at it. And so just know that here in the metro area, we're trying to run this area. And we're going to keep on repeating it, and that's going to be what we're going to keep on pushing. We're trying to be the best. If you don't have that mindset as an organization, hey, I don't know what to tell you. But our mindset is to take it over. That's our mindset. I want to get on the field, and I want to beat the dynasty. I want to beat that team across the town. Yeah. I want to beat any other team in Mississippi. We got teams in other cities parts. I want to play those guys. And so that's our mindset, and it's going to be our mindset, and we're going to keep on pushing for it, and we're going to keep on grinding, and we're going to keep pushing. So, again, and I know for a fact, this is the place to be. A tough loss don't shake us back, baby. We're going to fix it, and we're going to keep on working on it. This is the place to be. And so this is where you come when you want to play in structure, when you want to play football. So, yeah, we took a tough loss, but we're going to bounce back from it. We're going to fix it, We got herdsmen who believe in the process, who's going to work, and we're going to correct our mistakes and keep on going. Now, I don't know too much about the Dogs and what their team is about. I haven't seen any film on them, or I don't know anything about their personnel or owners or anything like that. And so, like I said, we're going to have to get down there. We're going to have to fill them out just as well as they fill us out, and go from there and just make the best plays, and whoever make the most plays and the most disciplined and the most aggressive and who dominates should be the victorious of this game. And so our goal is for it to be us, so, and we're going to just check it out, man, so like I said, we're going to keep on pushing at it, man. We have 10 weeks of football. Week 1 is down. We got 9 more games to go. 5 at home and 5 away. And so this is the first road game, but it's also a division game. So it's very important in that matter, that we win this game, because we really need to get this game to kind of set ourselves, a foot, with any other team that wins their original division game. And so that's going to be big for us. And so, like I said, the Knights won. I can't remember who I just said they played. Well, they played the 49ers, but the 49ers isn't in our division, so that's an out division game. So they got a good win outside the division. So, like I said, the rest of us, we're 0-1. Us, the Blues, and the Dogs, we're all 0-1. So right now, hey, lick the wounds, fellas. It's time to get back to work, Bison. We're going to have our meets. We're going to talk, and we're going to get prepared for this Saturday, to get it back on, man. We're going to pick ourselves up, and we're going to keep on moving forward. And so, me as well as the rest of the staff, hey, same thing, fellas. Hey, back to the lab, back to work, and let's continue to grind, and we're going to get it right. We're going to get it right. We're going to fix it, and we're going to keep on moving forward. And so that's what I'm positive about, like I said, with this organization. Tough losses. We've had them, our first few years. Some good wins we've had, tough wins. I know our foundation has been defense, but I believe that's going to change. Our foundation is going to be both sides of the ball. And, we're right on the tip of it. Like I said, these little corrections, because even in this loss, what I saw is so much more improvement with the roster, with the personnel, and even with the coaches. I saw a lot of improvement on things that I know that we'll shake back from, because even with the frustrations, even with the undiscipline, we're more together. We're more together. There's always going to be as you say, something hard-headed here and there and there. That comes with every team. Even championship teams have somebody who just wants the buck a little bit. But we're going to fix it, and we're going to keep on working on it, man. So, yeah, like I said, my coaching staff, we talk well, we communicate together. So my DC, my assistant OC, I trust both those guys to do what they need to do. My line coaches and stuff, I trust those guys to do what they do, man, and I give them the freedom and the control and the power to correct what they need to do, man. And I don't need to step in and, unless I'm just helping, giving advice and trust. And so to help them to become the best coaches that they can be, because that's what I believe it's about. It's not about me. Everything doesn't have to be totally my way. It's a philosophy that I put down and a mindset that I have for this team, but it's still not all about me, because what I've learned is that great coaches, and not me calling myself great by any means. I consider myself always just a student of the game. Greatness is in the eye of the fans and the outsiders who decide to judge us and pick who is this and that. And so in some guys' eyes, I may be good, or my coaches may be good. In some other guys' eyes, we may not be that good. I'm glad I'm a man, because I know how to brush that stuff off my shoulders, and plus other people's opinions just don't affect me that much, because I trust in what I put down, I trust in what my staff put down, and I know we'll get it together, and I know we'll get it right. And so, and that's another thing about coming over here to the Bison, is that you decide to come over here as a player, you'll get an opportunity to be great if you trust in the process. But if you're trying to come over here because you just want to be you, outside of the team and above the team and better than the team, the Bison ain't the place to be. If you're not looking for structure, if you're not looking for trying to be organized, this is not for the place to be. If you're not trying to grow as a player, if you aren't willing to study and know what you need to be doing on the field and what we put down, this isn't the place for you to be. There's other places definitely that do those things, that allow that, and like I said, we have a staff, and so nobody's hid figures over here. And what we do, we actually play our roles. We actually have leaders on the field that play their roles that we put in place to do what they need to do. And so we trust each other, and we're going to keep on pushing at it. And so, again, that's what I love. And, like I said, we're going to prep for this game this week against the Mississippi Dogs, and everybody else that has games, like I said, I hope you do the same, so that this league, not just our organization, but this league can grow and be what it needs to be, because I know that's what the heads of the league truly want. And so, but I take this even to say that even in that, with the league to grow, when it even comes to me and this team that I'm with, is that our accountability for each other as a league, we have to hold all of us accountable as well for everything. And so, like I said, we had games this weekend. Like I said, our game, 5-6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, we had to call a game because I wanted to be safe. We had other games get stopped as well. Yeah, we had other games get stopped as well. And so that's something that the league can't have. That's not a good look on the league, Arguing with referees, guys getting ready to fight and this and that. It's just not a good league, I think it says something about us as men if we can't hold our composure in the face of adversity, An old saying that it was always told to me: women think with their emotions and move with their emotions, while men move with logic and objectiveness. And if you make your moves based off emotions, usually going to be bad decisions or decisions that you really don't want to do, but you're probably doing them off your emotions. And so we definitely we can't have that in this league, in the SCFL. And so I enjoy it because it's a tough league. There's a lot of good teams. There's a lot of competition. And it definitely, if you're going to go out there and you're going to win, when you face teams like that Memphis Panthers team we face, who comes loaded, they're solid at every phase of the game. Air, ground, run defense, pass defense, discipline. And so you're going to have to come with it and be prepared to, compete. You have other teams just like that as well, And so, like I said, this was a tough week. We have to learn from it, and we have, and You know, like I said, I'm still proud of my guys for kind of sticking it through because nobody pretty much, you know, wanted to quit, anything like that. They wanted to keep going, but we know what was safety for the field and all our fans and everything. But like I said, we'll see y'all after this weekend, and we'll talk about it next Thursday on the pod. You heard it here first, man, from your Coach Clinton. God bless and love everyone. The Herd, you heard?
Are y'all ready? What? Yeah. Y'all ready to play some football?